I'm Bill. I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Blasting Lab, and welcome MotoAmerica Junior Cup racer Jack Roach.
What's up?
And well, today we have a little special treat. We have the Westby Racing R3 in the Blasting Lab, and we're gonna blast it. That's right. Now, Jack's never seen this, and I kind of explained him the technology, and he's like, wait, what? And I told him it's like magic fairy dust that we're going to sprinkle on it and clean this thing. So you're going to help me today film a little bit and get some good detailed photos and videos and stuff.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do a once over on the exterior, the body panels. There's a lot of chain lube underneath here, and get some of the body panels cleaned up. Then we're going to take the body panels off, hit the engine, get it nice and clean. So without further ado, let's get to blasting.
It's like happy wife, happy life, but clean bike, fast bike.
Fast bike. Let's put 10 horsepower on this baby. All right, you guys, so we are properly geared up, and the reason why we wear all of this protective gear, he was asking, he's like, is the dry ice that bad of a chemical? The CO2 is, What I personally am more concerned about is the oil dust that we'll be breathing in. So that's why we wear the protective gear. But I'm gonna turn this over to my cameraman. We're gonna get the dry ice blaster filled up. Again, we're gonna hit the outside of the bike first, and we're gonna clean just everything outside. Then we're gonna take the bike apart, and then we'll hit the engine. So for you guys that are new to the channel, this is actually called dry ice rice. And what it is it's actually little pieces of dry ice. Let's see if I can get a bigger piece. Here you go. So the machine is going to be cutting this up into little teeny chunks. And that's what we're going to be blasting out of the bike. Now, it's CO2, so once it hits the bike, it's going to clean everything. And then there's not going to be any leftover residue from the media itself. The only thing that's going to be left over is the dirt and grease that we're going to be blasting. So it's going to get a little bit noisy. We'll probably play some music in the time lapse, but once this thing starts to blow, it's loud. All right, so again, we just wanted to do a kind of a light cleaning on the exterior. You can see the bike's actually not that bad exteriorly. Once we get torn down to the motor, that's when this thing is really gonna shine. But you can see that there's just a few little parts that maybe some stickers and some glue got on that we were able to get off, clean it up real nice. Of course, we wanna be careful around all of the stickers because this will just chew stickers straight off. So you can see I kind of went over lightly over the bodywork, but the front wheel, the brake, the caliper looks like brand spanking new. So we're gonna go ahead and tear down the body and get down to the motor, and then that's when it's gonna shine. All right, so this is where it starts to get good. Now we're in the engine compartment, and this is where this really kind of shines. Really not that dirty on the exterior. But now we're gonna be able to get into here, and we're gonna get all this chain lube area, which you guys can see is pretty dirty and caked up in there. You can see on the top of the motor, there's some debris up there and a little bit of oil and gook, which we'll be able to clean. All the engine cases, you can see in the back here, there's some debris back there, a little bit oil sling. And then in the rear sets, this is where it's gonna look really, really nice in here. We'll be able to clean all this up. And then actually we're gonna get it up on the rear stand. We'll do the chain, we'll get the chain all clean. Then we'll get the sprocket and the wheel. You know, this is where it all shines, this grease and everything like that. So let's get the wheel up on the rear stand and let's start up on the engine. So all in all, really the bike wasn't that bad. There was a couple spots where you can see a little bit of oil seepage, which kind of collected around the oil drain plug and the front of the motor where it just picks up everything. It's nice and clean now. Inside the motor, you saw that there's a lot of little debris in this area. You can see there's some stuff we can't reach back in the middle, but very nice. And then the chain, that's where like all the chain lube and stuff, that's what always amazes me every time I do one of these things. So let's get this thing back together. Let's roll it out in the sun and take a look at it and get you guys a little outro. All right, well, that's it. Nice and clean. It wasn't too bad, but some areas very impressive, like the chain and all that chain lube. And on the bottom of the oil pan, there's a little bit of seepage and buildup.
Mechanics are gonna be happy.
The mechanics will be happy because
they don't have to clean it anymore.
Yeah, right? So the wheel came out real nice and clean. Westby Racing R3, and here's just, that's the goal, baby, right there. The chain, sprocket, the wheel, all back here, all had the chain lube on there. So you can see it's all nice and clean there now. Rear rotor is all cleaned up. Front rotor, caliper. Very nice. Well, Jacko, good luck next week in Minnesota.
Full gas.
Full gas, full gas. Make sure you guys support Jack. Head over to his Instagram. What are you most active at? Instagram?
Instagram.
The gram, he's on the gram all the time.
All
like,
on the gram.
Constantly.
The reels.
So go and follow him, but good seeing you, brother. Good seeing you. And make sure you guys follow us here at the Blasting Lab and Cali Moto TV. But thank you. And stay tuned, because actually next up, we've got a, what year?
2002.
2002 Ducati Monster that's going into the Blasting Lab for another blast. So stay tuned, but thank you guys for sticking around. We'll see you guys next video. Bye, guys.